In September 2019, on Wall Street, New York, NIO's stock price plummeted by 28%, wiping out $800 million in market value. At this moment, William Li, the founder of NIO and hailed as China's mobility godfather, faced his darkest hour. Amidst continuous losses, executive departures, and massive layoffs, whispers of NIO is finished echoed around the world. Media outlets dubbed Li the most unfortunate man of 2019. Just when everyone thought NIO was about to fall, this man from a rural village in Anhui invested most of his personal wealth into the nearly bankrupt company. This included the funds he obtained from privatizing and delisting his previously founded public company. Li said, "This is something worth dedicating my life to." This was reminiscent of Elon Musk, who split most of his net worth between SpaceX and Tesla, famously declaring, "Tesla cannot die." From that point on, through a series of fortunate circumstances and strategic moves, NIO achieved an astonishing turnaround in less than 2 years. Its market value once exceeded $100 billion, placing it among the world's top electric vehicle brands. Today, just 10 years after its establishment, NIO has cumulatively produced and delivered over 500,000 electric vehicles. The company has developed unique competitive advantages, including its battery-as-a-service (BaaS) model, battery swapping technology, self-developed intelligent driving system, comprehensive online and offline service ecosystem, and an international team spanning China, the United States, and Europe. NIO, along with other Chinese forces like XPeng, Li Auto, and BYD, has begun to challenge Tesla on the world stage, starting to lead one of the most crucial and significant industrial revolutions globally: intelligent electric vehicles. How did that former left-behind child from an Anhui village, that ambitious cowherd boy, grow step by step to become a key figure leading the transformation of China's automotive industry? And what exactly makes NIO so unique? William Li was born in June 1974 in a remote mountain village in Taihu County, Anqing City, Anhui Province. His hometown was isolated and economically backward. It wasn't until Li was 10 that a road finally connected the village to the outside world. To seek a better livelihood, Li's parents left their hometown early to work elsewhere. His father worked in a coal mine in Nanjing, while his mother worked in a clothing factory next to the mine. As a result, young Li became a left-behind child. After school, Li not only helped his grandfather herd cattle, but also looked after the family's small shop. His grandfather displayed a good business acumen at the time, not only running the shop but also trading cattle, cigarettes, and medicinal liquor, following the simple business logic of buying low and selling high. While helping his grandfather keep accounts, Li gradually cultivated his own financial awareness. Li's educational journey was full of challenges and perseverance. At the time, Li's father's work unit was performing poorly, and the family's economic situation was tight. His parents hoped Li would attend a vocational school and start working early to supplement the family income. But Li insisted on pursuing his dreams, yearning to see a broader world. To fight for the chance to attend high school, Li even resorted to a hunger strike, eventually convincing his parents and successfully entering Taihu High School, a prestigious key school in Anhui Province. Li showed entrepreneurial sparks even during his high school years. He once attempted to provide testing services for junior high students about to take their high school entrance exams, using content from the book Test Your Emotional, Intellectual, and Physical Cycles, charging 50 cents per person. Although this attempt failed due to his homeroom teacher's opposition, it demonstrated Li's early business acumen. Through his own diligence, Li entered Peking University's Department of Sociology in 1992 as the top liberal arts student from Taihu County, thus stepping out of the Debi Mountains. Like countless other rural youths, this achievement completely changed the trajectory of his life. During his time at Peking University, Li demonstrated amazing learning abilities and diverse interests. In addition to majoring in sociology, he also minored in law and learned computer programming. According to Li, he once set a record of taking 17 exams in 1 week and became the only liberal arts student at Peking University at the time to obtain a National Computer Systems Analyst certificate. In addition to his excellent academic performance, Li also took on over 50 part-time jobs during his university years, accumulating funds for his tuition and future entrepreneurial endeavors. William Li's entrepreneurial journey began in 1996 when he was still a student at Peking University. Together with several classmates, he founded Antarctic Technology, primarily providing internet services to businesses such as server rentals, website construction, and domain name sales. This company achieved a monthly revenue of about 300,000 yuan in less than a year, demonstrating Li's early entrepreneurial talent. In 2000, at the age of 26, Li sensed that more and more Chinese people would own cars in the future. He wanted to combine this trend with internet technology, so he founded Bitado. Bitado was one of China's earliest vertical automotive websites, providing correlated internet information services to users and internet marketing solutions to automobile manufacturers and dealers. However, the path of entrepreneurship was not smooth sailing. In late 2000, the internet bubble burst, and Bitado faced severe challenges. After investors withdrew, Li showed extraordinary resolve and integrity. He not only returned the remaining 6 million yuan to the investors, but also converted 4 million yuan into his own debt. At that time, Beijing's housing prices were only a few thousand yuan per square meter. Faced with adversity, Li led his team to move into a civilian house in the suburbs of Beijing and began to regroup. They took on various businesses to maintain operations while persistently focusing on the automotive industry. Looking back with hindsight, Li's Car Plus Internet model was too ahead of its time and initially struggled until a special event in 2003. In 2003, the SARS epidemic broke out. While SARS devastated, the internet developed rapidly. People stayed at home, naturally shifting their focus to the internet. Luqiangdong and JD.com began to rise during this time, and Li's Bitado also encountered a turning point. By providing management software and network marketing services to automobile manufacturers, Li successfully cleared his debts, and the company's business began to develop steadily. In November 2010, Bitado successfully listed on the New York Stock Exchange, with a market value of several $100 million, becoming the first Chinese automotive internet company to list overseas. Li held nearly 20% of the shares, achieving financial freedom at the age of 36. Also in 2010, Tesla went public on Nasdaq. Some in the automotive industry realized that this stumbling startup would lead a new era. In 2012, after the release of Tesla's Model S, a pure electric vehicle trend swept the world, and the company turned a profit for the first time. That year, besides Tesla, BMW also began developing pure electric vehicles, and the Chinese government released a new energy vehicle promotion plan. This year was also a crucial turning point in Li's career. After 2 years of research and preparation, having figured out core issues such as electrification, intelligence, and how to solve charging problems, Li officially founded NIO in November 2014, entering the intelligent electric vehicle manufacturing industry. Li once said, "For me, entrepreneurship is an addictive thing. It's my way of life." Starting a company may succeed or fail, may have small successes or big successes, but the company itself has no end. Like Lei Jun, financial freedom was not the goal, past successes were not the end point. Everything was laying the groundwork for a greater cause to come. The establishment of NIO received support from several business tycoons, including Lei Jun, Richard Liu, Pony Ma, and Yu Minhong. Lei Jun talked with Li until dawn, asking when to pull the trigger. Li had dinner at Richard Liu's home, explaining NIO's concept in 15 minutes, and Liu only thought for 10 seconds before agreeing to invest. Pony Ma was equally decisive, stating over a meal, "Give us 2 weeks to complete the internal process." NIO subsequently attracted top-tier investors such as Sequoia, Temasek, Baidu, and IDG. Electric vehicles were the trend, but what truly impressed investors was Li's determination and track record. As a veteran in both the automotive and internet industries, Li was not only a successful entrepreneur but had also invested in dozens of mobility-related companies, including well-known projects like Dida, Mobike, CHJ Automotive, and Uxin Used Car, covering various aspects of the automotive industry from manufacturing and sales to peripheral services and mobile travel. Undoubtedly, car manufacturing is an extremely capital-intensive industry that requires extensive financing. Unlike software development, which now only requires a few people and computers, car manufacturing involves tens of thousands of parts and countless industry-related parties. $3 billion is just an entry ticket. With funding secured, What kind of cars should be built? High-end luxury cars or mass-market vehicles? Sports cars or SUVs? NIO adopted a development strategy similar to Tesla's, known as aiming high and striking high. They used high-end sports cars to build brand awareness and establish brand power, then gradually penetrated into mass-market products. Tesla paved the way with its high-end sports car, the Roadster, followed by the Model S and Model X targeting the mid to high-end market, and finally launched the Model 3 and Model Y to capture the mass market. Similarly, NIO first launched the electric supercar EP9 to establish the brand's high-end image. The EP9 even set a new lap record for the fastest production car on the notorious Nürburgring track. Subsequently, NIO successively launched models such as the ES8, ES6, and EC6, gradually entering the mass production stage. These models are priced in the range of 350,000 to 500,000 yuan, targeting the entry-level models of traditional luxury brands like BMW, Mercedes-Benz, and Audi. On May 15, 2024, NIO launched a new brand called Onvo and unveiled its first model, the L60, with a pre-sale price of 219,900 yuan, set to compete head-on with Tesla's Model Y, the world's best-selling electric vehicle model. NIO's product and technological innovations are mainly reflected in two aspects. Battery as a Service, BaaS model. Introduced in 2020, the BaaS model separates battery ownership from vehicle ownership, lowering the entry barrier for users. For example, with the NIO ET5, the total price is 298,000 yuan, of which the battery is worth 70,000 yuan. Buying the battery outright requires a total payment of 298,000 yuan, while choosing the battery rental option only requires an upfront payment of 228,000 yuan, with a monthly battery rental fee of 728 yuan, similar to installment loans. Battery swapping technology. NIO has established an extensive network of battery swapping stations, greatly improving user convenience. NIO has built 2,500 battery swapping stations in China. Despite the failures of many pioneers like Tesla, NIO is the only major company worldwide that has successfully implemented the battery swapping model, supported by its strong service system and product backing. To further enhance user experience, NIO provides a comprehensive service system that not only promotes direct sales and reduces sales costs, but also strengthens user stickiness and repurchase potential. Offline. NIO reaches users through NIO Houses and NIO Spaces as offline experience centers and social venues. NIO Houses are located in core urban commercial areas, positioned as life communities for users to share joy. NIO Spaces are more focused on lower-tier markets, positioned for test drives and sales functions. Online. The NIO app creates a community atmosphere. It includes functions such as community, ordering and after-sales services, and NIO Mall, and has designed two membership systems, NIO Points and NIO Credits. NIO encourages employees to actively interact with car owners on the app, and car owners can even directly communicate with executives like William Li. Additionally, NIO focuses on worry-free service, worry-free insurance, and worry-free energy as the main aftermarket services, covering vehicle repair, maintenance, insurance, and charging/battery swapping services. Lastly, it's worth mentioning that NIO is one of the few companies with a complete industrial layout in core areas of intelligent electric vehicles such as electric drive, intelligent driving, and intelligent cockpit. NIO's subsidiary XPD has deep reserves in motor and electric control technology, possessing strong competitiveness with a market share of about 10% to 15% in various electric drive sectors, and may even be able to undertake more orders from other car manufacturers in the future. In terms of intelligent technology, NIO is accelerating the realization of full-stack self-research and data closed-loop in key technologies such as autonomous driving algorithms, chips, and controllers. In the capital market, NIO went public on the New York Stock Exchange in September 2018. In 2022, the company completed dual listings in Hong Kong and Singapore, further broadening its financing channels. Regarding internationalization, NIO officially entered the Norwegian market in May 2021, which was the company's first step towards internationalization, as Norway has an extremely high acceptance of electric vehicles. Unlike the simple vehicle export of other car manufacturers, NIO has established a complete operational system in Norway, including sales, service, and battery swapping stations. The company plans to enter more European markets in the future. Of course, NIO's growth path hasn't been smooth sailing, as car manufacturing is incredibly capital-intensive. In 2019, NIO faced a severe financial crisis. In the second quarter of that year, NIO's net loss reached 3.285 billion yuan, and its stock price fell 76% from its IPO price. Executive departures, massive layoffs, and continuous negative news led to widespread claims that NIO is finished. The media even called William Li the most unfortunate person of 2019. During this difficult period, many NIO users spontaneously promoted the company, and some car owners even called for fundraising and donations for NIO, demonstrating the brand's strong appeal. According to Li, when the whole world was questioning NIO in the fourth quarter of 2019, it was the users who helped us. We finally delivered more than 8,000 vehicles, bringing in over 3 billion yuan. It was really dangerous at that time. If we had delivered 1,000 fewer vehicles, NIO might have collapsed due to inability to pay salaries. Also in 2019, Tencent and other buyers reached a privatization agreement with Bitado, purchasing Bitado's stock for $1.1 billion, leading to Bitado's delisting from the New York Stock Exchange. It was reported that Li could receive $124 million in cash income from this, and the market believed that this fund might be used by Li to supplement NIO's investment. The turning point came in 2020. That year, NIO signed a cooperation agreement with the Hefei municipal government, receiving a strategic investment of 7 billion yuan. This fund helped NIO weather the crisis. It's worth mentioning that the Hefei government, which bet on BOE Technology Group, rescued NIO, and invested in semiconductors, has shown remarkable foresight. Due to a series of precise operations, the title of the strongest venture capital city has spread widely. Driven by the global rise in electric vehicle stocks, NIO's stock price surged up to 15 times in 2020, with its market value once exceeding $100 billion. NIO continued to launch new models. In January 2021, the company released its first sedan, the ET7, followed by models like the ET5. As of May 2024, NIO has cumulatively produced over 500,000 electric vehicles, with its product line covering multiple market segments including sedans and SUVs. Looking ahead, NIO is moving towards becoming a leading global intelligent electric vehicle brand. The company's development strategy mainly focuses on the following aspects. 1. Product line expansion. NIO plans to continue expanding its product lineup, covering more market segments. Leveraging its existing high-end brand, the company is focusing on developing sub-brands for the mass market. In addition to the new brand Onvo, the company is also planning a third brand codenamed Firefly. 2. Technological innovation. NIO continues to increase R&D investment in the field of intelligent driving, constantly recruiting talent. The company poached Ren Xiaoqing, an expert in computer vision from the top autonomous driving startup Momenta, as Vice President of Intelligent Driving R&D. Currently, NIO's intelligent driving team has expanded from 500 people in 2021 to 1,500. 3. Battery swapping network expansion. NIO plans to further expand its battery swapping station network, aiming to deploy 4,000 stations globally by 2025, including 1,000 overseas, to continuously improve user experience. For international layout. Following the Norwegian market, NIO plans to enter more European countries, including Germany and the Netherlands. 5. Ecosystem expansion. NIO is not limited to car manufacturing but is actively expanding related businesses. For example, the company has entered the smartphone market, launching its first NIO phone, using mobile ecosystem data to drive better user experiences. On the other hand, NIO is in an extremely competitive market environment. Tesla, traditional car manufacturers, tech giants, and new car-making forces are fiercely competing in the new energy battlefield. In the 2023 New Energy Vehicle Retail Sales Ranking, NIO achieved sales of 160,000 units, ranking 9th, which is a decent performance, but still has a significant gap compared to Li Auto, Tesla, BYD, and others. William Li and NIO's influence on China's automotive industry is not just reflected in their own development. As one of the representatives of the new car-making forces, NIO's success has provided strong proof for the transformation of traditional car manufacturers, accelerating the entire industry's shift towards electrification. At a deeper level, new car-making forces like NIO, XPeng, and Li Auto have not only shattered doubts about PPT car making, but have also taken China's internet and entrepreneurial spirit to a new height. In less than 10 years, they have achieved the combination of technology, experience, and massive complex engineering. In the past, it was mostly overseas giants invading the Chinese market, such as Apple, Amazon, Google, Uber, Microsoft, and Toyota. Now we see Chinese giants like Huawei, DJI, ByteDance, and Pinduoduo starting to dominate international markets. We have reason to believe and expect that in the next decade, NIO and William Li, as well as other Chinese intelligent electric vehicle companies, will demonstrate strong competitiveness in the global arena, winning recognition in the international market with their strength and achievements, and taking the lead in the global intelligent electric vehicle industry.